Hello and welcome to another video from oorail. So this is a quick video just to give you a couple of tips with the new Hornby W1. So one of the first things I noticed was this loco is actually a good bit wider than anything else I have in the layout. In fact, these steps kind of stick out, and they have a very small footprint of what it's connected to the body. You can see there just that small bit, and it's got kind of like a dab of glue. I don't know if you can see. It's a very small dab of glue. So I actually had a signal that was somewhat maybe a little too close to the line side. I also had a platform that had a small piece that was sticking out, and I also had one of the parapets on the wall here was just sticking out just enough to catch it. I wasn't catching it too much, but I think it was like catching the bottom part and the middle part. So I had to make some modifications to the layout in order to actually be able to run the thing around the layout without it hitting. And it still managed to tear this off just by hitting some of the bushes. So I've actually had to tear out some of the bushes as well. So just a note, if you've got a lot of scenery or anything like that close to the line side, you might want to kind of adjust it slightly before you send the W1 around. It's quite easy to fix this. There's actually a notch that this goes into, and I'll show you how to do that here in a minute. But otherwise, this logo is a fantastic logo. I did send an email to Simon Kohler. He's probably quite busy, but I did notice that the rear wheels actually sit up off the track. They're actually significantly up off the track. You can see a bit of a gap under it. And I don't know if there's a couple of screws that are in there. And I think if I loosen those, it'll lower the wheels back to the rail height. But I'm not sure if that's the intention or not. So I sent Simon an email to find out exactly how it's supposed to be, whether if it's designed to be slightly up off the track, or if it's just something that they kind of messed up at the factory when they were building it. So we'll find out about that, and I'll let you guys know when I get a response. And just to show you, I'm going to move the camera so you can kind of get a better. So it's probably not too easy to see on the camera, but if you see there, the wheel actually kind of bounces around a little bit, but it's not actually touching the track. It's so it doesn't move, so as the loco's going around, even though the wheels can move, it's not actually moving. So like I said, I sent a quick email to Simon, find out if that's the way it's supposed to be, or if it's supposed to be touching the track. And you can see there, I can get the cocktail stick almost all the way under the wheels. And in certain parts of the layout, it actually, when it's going up or down slightly, it actually has a bigger gap. I did test it out on a flat piece of Pico track just to make sure it wasn't a layout, and it does the same thing. So I'm thinking that the screws may be a little bit too tight. So let's have a quick look at some of the detail on this while I'm looking at it, and then we'll show you how to fix the steps. Okay, so you'll have to bear with me here and do this kind of behind the camera. But basically there's a notch right there, and there's a little slit on top here, kind of a wedge, and it kind of just slides in there. So I can try to do it. So I'm not probably going to be able to do it without my fingers being in the way of the camera, but I will try to do it just so you can see. It's a little fiddly. Let's do it that way. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this multi-purpose cement. It dries clear, and it has a relatively quick hold. So what you do is you have to put it on both both surfaces. So you just basically take the cocktail stick here and just get a small amount on one end, and then what we're going to do is just put it up in there like so. And I'm also going to take the steps here and apply some to this. It's going to need a little bit more. So you can apply this stuff pretty liberally. It takes forever to kind of stick, but it does become tacky after a few minutes. Alright, so what we do is put a decent amount on it like that, and then what we're going to do is we're going to wait about 4 or 5 minutes for it to get tacky, and then we'll stick it on. So this stuff is pretty tacky, so once you have it in place, you just want to just scratch away the excess, and it'll just come off like that. You don't want to take too much of it off because you do want enough of it there to actually stick. The cool thing with this stuff is it sticks, it dries clear, and it's really easy to work with. So unlike super glue where you can daub it in there and it might you know, stain or create blobs and stuff like that. This you can actually kind of almost sculpt or mold around, so you can make sure there's enough on there for it to stick, and then up to about 12 hours I think you can actually kind of chip the stuff off, and then it starts to turn clear, and at that point it's pretty much stuck. So what you want to make sure of is that it's straight. So if I move the camera around now, you can see it's on. Oops, you see it's on there pretty straight. So what we're going to do is we're just going to let that dry for a couple hours. It's like 2 o'clock in the morning here, so I'm going to go to bed. But a couple hours from now, it should have dried, and hopefully it'll be as good as new. Okay, so it's been about 24 hours since I tried to glue this, and you can see there's a small bit of residue, and it's mostly dry clear, and this is just the excess. So what I will typically do is take a toothpick or something like this plastic scraping tool and basically just scrape off the remaining excess until it's completely gone. And then you can either weather it if there's still a stain there, but usually you can get it out completely. Alright, so that's it for this video. I hope you guys found it useful. I have a funny feeling those steps are going to get pulled off from most people's locos, just from the amount of the small surface area where it's attached to the body, as well as just a very small dab of glue that it looked like they put on it. So it was kind of loose to start with, and it didn't take much to you know, take it off the loco. Alright, so I'm going to leave you with a few more shots of this thing running around the layout, and hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to subscribe and like, and you know, put a comment. Alright, until next time.